Chapter 8 Research Proposal. This semester, in her class Method of Social Science and Research, Rapunzel proposed a research study to her group members that investigates the following question. How does having imprisoned parents affect children's developmental trajectory? And surprisingly, her proposal got really embraced by her group member, and together they form a team and are developing a realistic proposal for this study to be carried out. And what is the reason of why Rapunzel decided on this topic? So before I tell you guys the backup story behind it, let's go into some names. And these names really matter to the reason of why Rapunzel was curious about this topic. So here are the names. Gudum Himmler, Edda Gorin, Wolf Arhez, Nicholas Frank, Martin Adolf Broman, Rolf Magilla. Any ideas of who they are? I would guess that maybe not right, because Rapunzel also had no ideas when she first saw those names, especially since that they are in German. But it was actually those names that offered Rapunzel the first epiphany to form the research question. Together, these names shared one secret. They are the children of Nazi. Yeah, like explorers, you may wonder oh yeah, I know the history, but what does that have to do with Rapunzel's research topic and Rapunzel's life experience? Well, Rapunzel was really inspired by the book Children of Nazi when she read it a few years ago, in which the author revealed the stunningly complex psychological development of children whose parents were Nazi, and those who we deemed as the evil, the monster who had committed the greatest evil possible in contemporary history. And here is a paragraph from the book that really touches upon Rapunzel. It says, "It is very difficult for children to judge their parents. We lack distance and objectivity when we look at the people who brought us into the world. The responses of these children are diametrically opposed at times. Some have adopted their father's position, few are neutral, some continue to feel love and affection for them. Still others refuse to love a monster, so they deny their father's involvement in order to preserve the unconditional love of a child for a parent." Therefore, Rapunzel really wonders after reading the quote. Does such peculiar insight that was derived from one of the most memorable events of mankind still have some applicational value to the current society and culture? And she believes that they must have. So after some research, Rapunzel find out that according to China's one and only national survey on children with incarcerated parents, it showed that in 2015, over 600,000 Chinese children under the age of 18 had at least one parent in prison, and their parents are deemed as the prisoners who have committed some kind of wrongdoing and are punished by our justice system. So to some degree, they are the Chinese modern version of children of Nazi who are born to be the offspring of prisoners. So Rapunzel feel like we really need to gain some understanding towards these minority group of children, especially in the context of China, because they're so really studied, and that the implication of such study will be profound for people to know how to treat those people who are in a vulnerable position in our society. So as a person who really cares about social justice, Rapunzel want to learn some insight from the history and to insert it into our current time and society in order to see how justice may be done through the process of researching and forming a conclusion.